What is a smart grid? The solar smart grid is an electricity supply network within a user's home that uses digital communications technology to detect and react to changes in usage. Solar panels, an inverter, a backup battery, a DC disconnect switch, and a solar link are all a part of the solar smart grid. The smart grid empowers customers and encourages more energy efficiency by providing real-time energy usage data to customers. Research shows that when customers know how much energy they're using, they will reduce their use by 5 to 10%. Customers will find a significant amount of use from the solar grid and be much more aware of their consumption. Clear, sunny skies are preferable for a solar smart grid. Users of the smart grid also use a large battery to store any excess generation of power and will use it during unfavorable conditions, such as cloudy skies or evening or nighttime electricity usage. Users of the solar smart grid are also still connected to the utility grid and may use this power source if needed. More and more residential and commercial customers are adopting the solar smart grid as this ever-growing technology promotes clean power generation and savings to the customer.
How does the solar smart grid work? Solar smart grids consist of multiple solar panels that convert sunlight into electricity. This is done by the use of solar cells and the photovoltaic effect of energy conversion. Electrical energy is then collected and travels to a junction box, which transmits the generated energy into a large inverter. The inverter is responsible for converting the generated DC power into AC power, which is readily suitable for use in your household. The smart grid also consists of a battery, which is used for storing the energy. These batteries are capable of storing upwards and beyond 10 kilowatt hours. The battery can be selected to supply energy on days where sunlight is insufficient and can also be used to store excess energy. Add all of this technology together and you have a solar smart grid system. Isn't that beautiful?
Benefits of the system. Backup power is stored by a battery, which can be used in power outages or high energy demands. This sustainable system provides protection against the future of rising electricity costs. Additionally, unused or excess power stored in the battery can be sold back to the grid for credit towards future electrical bills. This system is capable of a very high level of efficiency if the conditions are sufficient. Potentially, if your solar smart grid system was exposed to a substantial amount of sunlight, you could generate enough power to cover your electrical bill to its entirety.
There are many costs associated with smart grids. There are the initial costs of equipment, batteries, installation and software, wire, and electrician's costs. Solar panels can range from $20,000 to $40,000 depending on quality and size and lifespan. Once the grids are installed, you can sell the power back to the grid. In turn, you'll get a credit towards your next bill. This will reduce your total costs of electricity. Smart Grid is new to Canada. PowerStream is leading the charge with renewable energy. They are building solar charging stations and installing grids in the homes of their existing customers. Irvine in the United States is building a 38-home smart grid costing a total of $78 million. This will be outfitted with parking garages and green electrical hookups.
These are some photos that we obtained from a presentation of a solar smart grid system installed in somebody's home. This is a 10,000 watt battery that is capable of storing energy that can be saved for use later on or can be used when excess of power has been stored up. You can sell it back to the grid. This is an inverter and it intercepts the power that has been created in the solar panels, and it is responsible for converting the DC power into AC power, or in some cases, if it were to be stored directly into the battery, it would remain in its DC state. This is a solar link, and this is responsible for transferring real-time data to be surveyed in other countries. That way you can receive this data upon usage. And this is a display of a usage of real-time data, where it can show you levels of usage and times of day that you've been using them and other important information. This is your wall-mounted display, and it will show you the amount of generated power as well as the amount of consumption you're using, and it can be mounted anywhere in your house to display easily and is a visual aid. This is the meter outside of your house, and it will record the amount of consumption and information alongside of your power generation. And this is your panel, and everything else would be connected through this. This is part of the installation of your smart grid system.
In conclusion, the solar grid is dope, lighting up the world and giving us all hope. It's our savior. The electrical retribution is the future of power generation and distribution. Energy will be more intelligent, efficient, and effective. And no, this isn't a matter of perspective. Providing clean power is its #1 aim. This sustainable resource is upping its game. The startup cost will be high for sure, but that's the price you have to pay for the electrical cure. Well, we hope you learn something about the grid. Soon it will stretch from China to Madrid. Solar Boys out!